Let's get started. All right. I did say I would answer Amber's question first. Amber, what do you got for me?
Okay, this is going to be another possible. Of course, I can give you the numbers, whatever, but long story short, the realtor responded and she's asking of interest, which I know is zero, but then when they ask for the terms, what does that actually mean?
When they ask what the term is?
Yes.
So what the term is, what they're basically asking when they ask what the term is they're saying, how long are we taking payments for?
Okay.
So the answer is most of the time, like 99.9% of the time, it's going to be, we have this on a 30-year term, but we can do anywhere from and this is going to be dependent on the purchase price that you guys do. Remember, and if you don't know this, if you haven't watched any of my other training videos, if you're doing Deal Sniper, try and keep your purchase price below $350,000. There's a couple reasons. One, those deals are easier to move. And two, you can get away with let's say it's $350,000 before Deal Sniper adds their $20,000-$30,000 on top, whatever they add. It's going to have to be at least technically it's 7, but realistically it's 10. Going to have to be a 10-year balloon on that. So the more you go up in purchase price, the higher your minimum balloon is going to need to be. Like I saw one earlier today. I can't remember who DM'd it to me, but it was a $900,000 property.
Woo.
Minimum balloon is going to be 20 years. We can't do any less than that.
Mm-hmm.
15 will be pushing it. So what they're asking is how long are we taking these payments for until my client gets paid off? That's when they ask what the term is. That's what they mean. So your answer is always going to be, hey, look, it's a 30-year term, but it's going to be anywhere from a 10 to 12-year balloon.
Okay.
And you're just so you know, if it is lower than, let's say it's lower than 300,000 or below as a purchase price, your minimum is like 7 years. But 7 is the absolute minimum, unless the property's like, I don't know, 50 grand. Then you can do like a 5-year balloon.
Can I give you more specifics? Because this one is 400K. Is that bad?
No, that's not bad. It just means that you have to have at least a 10-year balloon on that. That's all. So in answer to the question, the realtor is asking, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Realtor, we have this amortized over 30 years, or we have this term set at 30 years. Amortization and term are interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll pay you guys off in 10. We'll put a 10-year balloon on it. So whatever it is, we'll pay you guys off in 10 years.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem. Was that all your questions?
But for now, I'll let someone else go.
Okay. So I got I was going to say I got a bunch. I have not heard from either of these people, but I don't know how to pronounce that. Malachi. How do you pronounce that?
It's Malachi. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
What's up, dude? What's your question?
Okay. So, I just been wholesaling on the MLS for about a year now. Just standard cash deals, and I've been able to get 2 deals a month with that. Now I'm trying to just transitioning into also offer seller financing to my realtors.
Okay.
I just don't know what would be the minimum balloon term.
Minimum balloon term, depending on the purchase price, is going to be anywhere from 7 to 10 years.
7 to 10. Most of my properties, I'm in the Ohio market, so most of my properties is either within 80 to 150,000.
Yeah, then your minimum will be 7.
Okay, 7 minimum. Okay.
And then just keep your down payment less than 10%, not including. By the way, guys, when I say your down payment should be less than 10%, I'm not including closing costs or your assignment fee. I'm just talking about the most amount of money you can give to the seller when everything is said and done. Because I got a question today, and I don't remember who asked it, but they said, hey, Sean, how can we pay the realtor's closing costs? Because that puts me at like $20-something thousand, which is more than 10%. That's fine if it's a fee. I'm talking about the money that's going in the seller's pocket at closing cannot be more than 10% of the purchase price, or 10% of the mortgage balance if it's like a subject to. So yeah, keep your down payment less than 10% to the seller. Keep your cash on cash return above 10%, and the deal should be good. We should be able to move it. All right, Isaiah, what's up?
You're doing. I just finally got back in touch with a realtor out here. I'm in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Okay.
I know based on what I was watching in some of the other videos and what I see you say in the chat, I know we do areas with 500,000 or more typically, but I had just started sending out offers on my first day, and one of the realtors just hit me back. First, I was trying to see one, if that was even something that you knew was possible to move, or if you knew of any buyers out here, or should I just shop it around? And then she did say she wanted an official offer on it, so that she could push it forward.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm going to answer those questions in a couple of parts. First one,
Okay.
another question that I get a lot from new people. A realtor said they want the contract on paper, or a realtor says they want the contract an official offer. That's anything they say. The realtor says they want blank offer. Whatever filler word they put, all that means is they want it on a contract. And what that means, in order for a realtor to take your contract seriously, all the numbers have to be in there, the terms, everything, and your signature has to be on it. That's an official offer. So anytime now, a lot of times a realtor will ask, it needs to be one that I got earlier, it needs to be on an MR contract. And someone said, what's MR? Anytime the realtor says it needs to be on a blank contract, and usually it's a bunch of capital letters, it just means whatever state you're in, they want it on the state standard contract. So in that regard, I usually say, well, look, chances are you're going to be double ending this deal because you're explaining to them that you're a wholesaler. You're explaining to them that you're going to cover their commission. So if they're going to be getting both sides of the commission, including your side, then they can supply you with the contract. So your response should be, hey, I don't have that particular contract. Can I send you my contract with the terms on it? And then you just transfer it over into the contract that you want it to be on. They should have no problem doing that, especially if they're going to be getting 3% just for doing that, because that's really all they're doing.
Yeah, she doesn't have a problem with whatever type of contract it was. I was just letting it be known because, she's kind of trying to get it done quickly, and that's why it was kind of like a two-part question, because the buyer's part in a smaller area is kind of what I'm nervous about, getting it under contract and having to release it.
Well,
I know I should really
Baton Rouge isn't that bad of a. Hold on. Do you know the population off the top of your head?
It's like near 300,000, but if you look into East Baton Rouge Parish, which kind of runs hand in hand, that city, the parish in itself is 480,000.
Okay. So I'm going to say this to some of the people that have been on here for a while, and then some of the new people. Do not take this idea and run with it. Stick to the standards. But the honest truth, as long as you've got a decent sized population, and I mean decent, like over 100,000. If you got less than 100,000 in a certain area, I would stay away from that. But a place that is pretty popular, like Baton Rouge, and it's at 300 to 480,000, you should be just fine finding a buyer. You should be just fine, especially if the deal is good. If the deal is good, cash on cash return is good, down payment's good, in an area like that, we'll be able to move that deal.
Okay, sounds good. I'll look forward to talking to you later.
Not a problem. But again, you guys, make sure, please, try and stick to 500,000 population or more. And that's literally only for your benefit. You guys can market wherever you want. Like, I'm not your boss. You guys can market anywhere you want. I'm just telling you it's going to be the most effective. Does that mean you cannot close and sell deals in an area that's less than 500,000? No, of course you can. You can find a buyer. It's just harder, and it makes that pool of buyers that are available to buy your deal smaller. So the bigger the area, the more buyers that are around to buy your deal. That's all. But you can absolutely do this in a smaller area. It's just, not recommended. Okay.
Is there any resources where you pitch seller financing to realtors?
What do you mean?
Like, do you have any live recording?
No, I have live. Someone else asked me for that the other day. I have tons and tons and tons of live recordings of me pitching seller finance, creative financing, but it's to sellers, not to realtors. Ever since I started doing this, I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, some of the people who've been in this community for a while, this is all I have time for, 24 hours a day. I'm either in the Discord doing trainings, helping people, or I'm helping my team close their stuff. So running my own deals is few and far between. I mean, I just did one a couple of days ago. Some guy in some town in Wisconsin, like an hour from Milwaukee. I did that one, but that realtor was my realtor. So they already knew that they already knew the game. You know what I mean? I didn't have to explain it to them. What I will try and do, since a lot of people seem to be asking for that, I'll try and get some of those scheduled for myself. I just don't always have the time to work my own deals. That's why I have a team. And let me be very frank with you guys. I see all these people on YouTube lives, TikTok lives, Facebook lives, and they're calling realtors. You know, I'm wholesaling 3 hours a day. That's great. That's absolutely great. I don't think that that does anything for you. That's like watching someone play basketball and then all of a sudden you think you know how to play. No, you're only going to learn how to play by going out there and playing. So I can supply you guys with all the training, the recordings, and if you guys need live calls of me talking to a realtor, I can do that for you. But to me, that seems to be a hindrance. That seems to be leading into like an analysis paralysis kind of thing. You're not going to know everything that a realtor is going to say. People call me all the time. Sean, I'm about to get on the phone with a realtor. What are they going to say? I don't know. I have no idea what they're going to say. I haven't talked to that particular realtor. I can tell you some of the things that they usually say, but I don't know what that realtor is going to say. Everybody's different. The best experience, or the best teacher is experience. Thank you, Leo. You just got to do it. As a matter of fact, thanks, Leo, because I'm going to put you on blast right now. Leo is my latest success story. He is one of the last graduate from my second generation team. When I met Leo, Leo was the most nicest, but the most timid. Sean, can you call this person for me? I don't want to do it. I'm going to mess it up. In the world that I've ever trained in my entire life. After a couple of months of me forcing him to do it, he's now locking up portfolio. Last one he locked up, 34 property portfolio. He's got novations listed. He's closing deals on his own. He's now buying his own leads, PPCs, and he is rocking and rolling. Leo doesn't need me anymore. I'm always surprised when I see him jump in my trainings because I don't know what else to train him. So experience is going to be your best teacher. Same thing with Tyler. Tyler will tell you. Wait till Tyler has a question. Ask him the last thing I said to him. He said, Sean, will you call these real? No, I won't. You have to do it. It's not going to serve you if I do it for you. You got to do it. So again, yes, I will get these for you, but you know, I don't think it'll be as beneficial as you getting on the phone and talking to yourself. Michael, what's up?
Hi, hello. Just to let you know, I'm very brand new to this, so I don't quite understand all the terminology yet. But
All right, there's no stupid questions.
thanks. Once a contract happens, what are we expected to pay into escrow when that happens? Like before we assign the contract over to someone else?
Oh, not a damn thing. No,
Okay,
no.
nothing at all. Okay,
So
that's what
our
I was concerned
contract-
about. I was like,
No, it's a great question. It's 100% accurate. We don't want you guys putting up your, like you're talking about earnest money deposit, right?
yes.
Yeah, you're not putting that up. That's why our contract says that earnest money deposit is not due until after the inspection period. During the inspection period is when we're looking for a buyer. So if at the end of the inspection period we don't have a buyer, we cancel the deal. No earnest money deposit needed.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how that goes. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can. There are a couple of wholesalers that will just put up the earnest money deposit themselves. On my own personal deals, I will do that too, because I know I'm going to close on it. I'm either going to wholesale it or I'll just buy it myself. So
Okay.
I'm not worried about it. But for you guys, yeah, don't put up your own money. Let the buyer do that. And here's another thing too. For anyone who's going to disposition deals on their own, if your earnest money deposit is $1,500, you're going to charge the buyer $3,000. That way, if they back out of the deal, not only does their part of that $3,000 that they put in go to the seller to pay for the earnest money deposit, but you make $1,500 as well.
Okay, that makes sense. And do you happen to have like any resources on how to, or like by resource I mean like videos of how to explain that you're a wholesaler to whoever you're talking to, the realtor or the seller or anything?
Yeah, it's in. I usually touch on it in a few of my videos. A lot of people will ask. I can give you the answer right now. Excuse me. Most of the time, the subject of you being a wholesaler is going to come up when the realtor is asking for a proof of funds. So you'll get a message, you'll get a phone call, you get an email, it'll say something along the lines of, hey, we like your offer, yada, yada, yada. Can you send us a full contract, or a full offer on paper, whatever, however the terminology they use. They just mean contract when they say that. And then can you please send over proof of funds? So here is the time where I usually tell people to let the realtor know that you're a wholesaler, and here's how you do it. Absolutely, Mr. and Mrs. Realtor, I have no problem doing that. Here's what I do. I've got about 5 or 6 buyers. I need a city, Birmingham. I've got about 5 or 6 exclusive buyers in Birmingham that only go through me. They've been doing it for years. They hire me to go out and find properties just like this one. And I know for a fact that at least 3 or 4 of them are going to be interested in this property under these terms. So once we get this under contract so that I can secure my interest in this transaction, don't say deal. For some reason, realtors like transaction. So that I can secure my interest in this transaction, I will push this to my buyers. As soon as I've identified which one of them would like to move forward, I have no problem submitting EMD and proof of funds within 48 hours.
Okay. Awesome.
Or obviously you guys don't have to copy me directly. You can, but I always tell people, make it a good version of yours rather than trying to do a shitty version of me.
Yeah.
So however you want to word it, basically that's how you're letting them know. And here are the key things with that. One, you don't want to just say, I've got buyers. You want to be specific. Realtors like specifics. And it could be any number, don't make it ridiculous. I usually keep it below 12. And then depending on the size of the market. If it's a real big market, then I'll go 25, 30.
Okay.
But depending on, where the area is, I've got 7 or 8 buyers that have me go out and find these properties for them. And I know for a fact that at least 4 or 5 of them are going to be interested in this deal. So what I need is 2 weeks under contract, just so I can secure my interest in the transaction. I'll cover your closing costs. You can double in the deal. I have no problem with that at all, Mr. and Mrs. Realtor. That's fine. But I need to give my buyers time to do their due diligence, make sure that they're going to want the property. And as soon as I identify which one of them is going to be, I'll submit EMD and proof of funds in 48 hours.
And by you saying that you'll cover their closing costs, what does that mean exactly?
So a realtor is going to charge 3% if they're working with a seller, and then 3% if they're working with a buyer. Sometimes it'll be less, a newer realtor or someone who's really trying to get business, they'll go a little bit lower. But typically the most you're going to pay is 3%. So if we've got a $100,000 property that we're putting an offer in on, they've already got it listed. So they're getting 3% from the realtor, from the seller. That's $3,000. And then the realtor is going to want 3% from us because we're going to be unrepresented. That's fine. We're just going to take the purchase price and make it to $106,000. At closing, the realtor will get their $6,000. Well, this will all be in the contract. At closing, realtor gets $6,000, cash to seller $10,000, assignment fee, hopefully $10,000. And then escrow will disperse the money.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. And I know it may not sound like that line works. It works. I've got a bunch of DMs where people, Sean, oh my God, it worked. I'm like, yeah, I know. I get it. It works. You just have to say it with confidence. If you guys ever need a help in confidence, watch a show called Impractical Jokers. The amount of stuff you can get away with if you just do it with confidence is astounding. And by the way, I don't want to make it sound like this is something scammy that we're doing. I am a big advocate of being honest. Tell them you're a wholesaler. Don't act like you're the end buyer. Unless you're going to buy it, don't act like you're the investor. Tell them you're a wholesaler, and let's mend whatever rift is between realtors and wholesalers, because we really should be working together.
Yeah, that's great advice. Thanks.
Not a problem. Who else got a question?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up, William?
What's going on? I'm very like the last guy. I'm very very new at it. Today was my first day signing up or whatnot. Definitely excited to learn more. I was just like, I seen this on Instagram, and I watched the video of the young man that put it up. I was just wondering, how do we get the buyers?
Oh, that's a good question. So what you're referring to is disposition or dispo, the way most people say it. And disposition is wholesaling consists of two things: acquisitions and disposition. Acquisitions means you're getting the deal under contract. That's when you're dealing with the seller. Disposition means you're selling it to an investor. So there's a couple of ways that you can do that. One, you can hire a disposition team and JV with them. That's what we do. Anybody in our community can JV a deal with us, and we'll use our buyers. You just have to pay my dispo team, and they get paid out of the assignment fee. So they don't get paid unless they move the deal for you. You can also dispo the deal yourself. I am currently working on a step-by-step video series on how to dispo a deal yourself, exactly what my team does, even the expensive shit. By expensive stuff, there are companies out there like Investor Lift, $7,000 a month to have Investor Lift. But when you post a deal on there, the only people that will ever see it are investors. Another one is called Investor Base. It's like $5,800 a month. Again, same thing. The only people that will ever see our postings there are investors. Then you can do the Facebook thing. Facebook is when you go to whatever city your deal is in, you go to the groups, you type in the city, real estate investor group, Birmingham. A bunch of groups will pop up, you join them all, you make your dispo material, which is just a fancy way of saying flyers. You make your flyer for your deal and you post it in those groups. People will reach out to you. What you have to worry about is a lot of people in those groups. There are investors there, there are buyers there, but there's also a lot of wholesalers there. And what they'll try and do is daisy chain your deal, which means they'll pretend like they're a buyer. They'll negotiate with you on the price, try and knock you down a little bit, and then try and sell it to somebody else. And if they can't find anyone else to buy it, they just ghost you. And here's why that's a problem. That's a problem because you put on the contract that you're going to put down EMD after a certain inspection period. So if you've got a buyer who's pretending to be if you've got a wholesaler who's pretending to be a buyer and they're wasting your inspection period, now you owe the seller money. Because if you do pass the inspection period, that's a legally binding contract. They can take you to court and sue you for whatever you said the EMD was going to be. So you got to be careful when you're dealing with non-vetted buyers. A lot of times I've heard that wholesalers will find a deal. They'll see a deal and they're like, oh my God, I'm in Birmingham. They'll see your deal. They'll be a little salty about it. They'll tell you that they'll buy it. They'll make you think they have every intention of closing. They'll wait until your inspection period is over. Now you're not in contract anymore with that seller. And then they'll just go and offer them a little bit of a better deal, an extra $1,000 to your seller. And then you lost the deal. So you got to be careful on Facebook. But that is the place where most people go. And then from Facebook, the buyers that are actually buyers, you put them on a list. Google Sheet, an Excel sheet, whatever you want to do. Name, phone number, address, name, phone number, email address. That's all you need. That way, every time you do get a deal in that area, you can say, hey, John, Richard, Mike, Michelle, whatever, I got another one under contract. Tell me if you want it. That's how you start to build a buyer's list.
Gotcha. Okay. So Facebook is the easiest way, but might not be the smartest way.
It's the easiest and it's the cheapest where you can actually get deals moved. Like I wouldn't go to Craigslist. I wouldn't do that. Okay. I wouldn't do, actually, I can't even think of anywhere else to post it other than Craigslist, Facebook, and then the ones that we actually pay for. And then your internal buyers. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. But okay. Y'all also sometimes y'all also might help us buy the deal as well.
Like if you want to take it down yourself as an investment?
Nothing. You said also, I thought you said in the beginning, we could also bring the deal to y'all.
Oh, yeah. You can JV with us as well. Okay. Absolutely. And just so everyone's on the same page, it's 60-40 is the split. That's how much my disposition team charges. So for example, if you've got a deal and we get a $10,000 assignment, You keep $6,000. We keep $4,000.
Yeah, that don't sound bad to me.
It's really not. Most disposition teams they either charge quite a bit more. It's either 50-50 or 60-40 the other way. Or they'll charge you like 30% and they don't have a good disposition process and they don't end up moving your deal. And then you lose it anyway.
Okay, so now this is okay. I'm just asking.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I bring the deal to you, boom, boom, boom. How do I actually bring it to y'all?
There's a disposition form that I'm going to be adding to something. I don't know where I'm going to put it in the Discord. I'll put it somewhere. But it'll be a disposition form, and I'm going to have a video attached to it on how to fill it out exactly. Because we did have someone JV a deal with us. They filled it out incorrectly. Therefore, the dispo material, the flyer, was made incorrectly. And then we got a bunch of people jumping on their deal and then come to find out their numbers were wrong. So I will have a video and the form all in its own channel or in the no, I'll have it in its own channel. That'll be confusing. Yeah, it'll be in its own channel. Give me a day. It'll be there by tomorrow afternoon.
Sweet.
And then if you have a deal locked up in the meantime, just shoot me a DM and I'll DM the form to you.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Not a problem. Tyler, what's up, bro? Zachariah, Amber, I'll get you guys in a second.
What's up, Sean? I just wanted to briefly go over another deal because I'm a little stuck on sub 2 and hybrid still.
All right, so we're going into the calculator. If anyone wants to follow along on what we're doing, I would recommend that. Also, for newer people, you do not have to use the calculator on every deal. You just use it on the deals where the realtors respond positively to you. All right, what are the numbers, bro?
So they're asking 275. This would be a hybrid, I believe, or a subject to. I'm not sure. I'll just give it to you. So asking price is 275.
Hold on. What's the mortgage balance?
Mortgage balance 268, 168.
Okay, so this is going to be a sub 2. Now, does anyone want to take a stab at how I just determined that? I did do a video. It's up there, but you guys probably haven't seen it yet. If the mortgage balance and the sales price that they were selling the home for originally is 10% or less of a gap, it's going to be a subject to. Here's an example. This one here. Their mortgage balance is, what'd you say, $268,000?
Yeah, 268, 168.
And they're selling it for 275. That means that if they sell this thing traditionally, they're probably not walking away with much, maybe a couple $1,000s. Now, if they had a mortgage balance of $100,000 and they're selling it for $275, that's $175,000 difference, which is much more than 10% of the mortgage balance. So then it would be a hybrid. So this one would be a subject to. Okay, so 268.
Okay. Principal and interest is 1554.
Is that the whole payment?
Yeah. That's the monthly
and
payment.
Insurance also?
Yeah, that's all of it. And then the interest rate is 5.75.
Not bad. Not great, but not bad. All right. And
I
then
believe you told me that it was like 20K for them to walk away or something. I just want to make sure.
Oh, yeah. You can give them up to $20,000. Now, you can actually, let me say that again. You can give them up to 10% of the mortgage balance on a subject to. For those of you that aren't 100% following along, you'll get it. Chances are you're not going to come across too many sub 2s anyway. It's either going to be a seller finance or a hybrid. But a subject to just means they have a mortgage, and we're going to have our investor give them a lump sum of money at closing and then walk away. And our investor will make that mortgage payment from now on. That's what a subject to is. All right, so you're giving them 20, you want 10. What's the rent?
It wasn't showing on Deal Sniper because it's off market.
Did we look this one up?
I think we did. I don't have that exact number.
DM me the address real quick.
Okay.
And I'll look it up. I think it was like, wasn't it like 1750?
It was really close to, I think it was pretty close.
It's like that, right? It's either 1735 or 1650. I remember this one. Is this the one where you sent me the message and like, how are we going to pay the realtor's commission when it's over?
No, it was a different one.
All right. So the
You
way
got
that
it?
this, yeah, I got it. The way that this calculator works is whatever column you're filling out here or here or here, all the numbers are going to transfer over to the corresponding tab down here. So since I just filled out subject 2, I'm going to click on subject 2. All right. And you said the payment was 1565?
54. 1554.
All right. I'm just going to do 1550. Oops.
And she didn't give me the HOA, but I think there is one too. So that's like, yeesh. I don't
Well,
know.
this deal doesn't cash flow anyway, so
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. So in this situation, if you have a deal, and it doesn't matter if you put it into sub 2, hybrid, or seller finance, if you have a deal where this number is less than 10%, that is a non-cash flowing deal. That means that an investor probably isn't going to buy it. It doesn't mean you can't close it. You can sell it to a homestead buyer, but that pool of buyers is much smaller than the pool of investors. So you have to make sure you understand and explain and set proper expectations with the seller, with the real estate agent. Hey, typically I have buyers that are ready to go, but your deal doesn't cash flow. This deal doesn't cash flow at all. So I don't think any of my investors are going to take it down, but I do have a very large community of homestead buyers that are looking to pick up a property. So I still think I can move it. Give me 2 weeks. Let me see if I can find one of those buyers. I'll submit EMD and proof of funds as soon as I find one. Best case scenario, I get this property sold for you. We all get paid. Worst case scenario, you're in the exact same spot you are right now for free.
Got it. And that's not including their commission either. They weren't asking about it. Like they weren't, they never asked me about like, are you going to cover my fee? But if we were to, or at least like say half of it, how would we add that into a sub 2?
Let's see what we would do. I mean, it would depend on how much they're charging. So let's say they're charging the standard 3%, right?
Yeah.
So if they're charging the standard 3%,
Well, this is off market right now too. So
there is no realtor?
I mean, she sent it to me. I guess that they're, looking to put it on. I'm just as confused as you.
All right.
I guess she sent it to me beforehand.
In either case, we'll cover up to the 3%
Okay.
of their commission, which is $8,040. So all I'm going to do right now is just change this to $28,000. That's it. Go back to sub 2. Now that number didn't change that much. It was 0.39. It's now 0.32. But you can see that adding the commission for the realtor doesn't mess with this that much. What it does mess with is the down payment percentage, because now we're $2,000, $1,200 over. No, $2,400 over the most that we could have given them.
Okay. And when I explained that to them,
Oh, you
like
don't.
it was
You don't.
20K to walk away. I'm not telling them 28, right? It will just be included in the writing for the contract.
Yes. Yeah. You
Okay, okay, I got
don't
it.
tell them the breakdown. I mean, you can. You're not. It's not a secret, but it's
Mhm.
just going to confuse them.
Okay.
So I would just say, hey, I'm going to send over the paperwork. Take a look at the paperwork. If you have any questions, let me know. And all it's going to say is cash to seller at closing, $20,000. Cash to
Gotcha.
real estate agent, and then their name at closing, $8,000. That's it.
Makes sense. Okay. All right. I'll definitely present that and see what I get.
Bet.
Thank you,
All
Sean. I'm all
right.
set.
Not a problem. Amber, what's up?
Hey, okay, so I believe this one is going to be freaking amazing for this to be one of my first if it goes well. So
Okay.
I'll say this: it is going to be a sub 2.
All right.
I'll
You
go
want to
ahead.
underwrite it?
Yeah, please.
All right. What's the mortgage balance?
Mortgage balance is $273,160.
Okay. What is the monthly payment?
Monthly payment.
Like the PITI, the mortgage payment.
Gotcha. $1,344.
Interest rate?
Okay. So this is my question. So I looked it up on PropStream, and it has 2 mortgages. Am I supposed to add both of those? Like, how does that? What do I? How do I
Oh, you're
calculate?
not getting the mortgage information directly from the realtor or the seller?
No, this is prior to me actually speaking to directly. Like I haven't sent anything off or anything like that. I'm just trying to make sure it makes sense before I do.
Gotcha. Okay. So they probably have a first and a second,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe a first and then they took out a HELOC. So we want to cover the mortgage payment and the interest rate for the bigger amount. So whichever one has the bigger balance, that's the
Yep.
interest rate you're going to use.
Okay, so 2.93, I guess.
Will it take 2.9? Yeah, it'll take 2.9. All right. And what are you going to give them as a down payment?
The down payment is 21K.
Okay.
Which on here it says includes realtor commission.
Okay.
And then what do we got next?
How much it'll rent for?
Ooh, 1792, so 18. Well, I don't even know if I can change that. Can I change that? Let me see. Yep, 1800.
Okay. So now that this is filled out, we're going to go to sub 2. And we're changing this, what was it, 1344?
Yep.
So this deal has a 9% cash on cash return.
Not high enough. It needs 10, right?
Yeah. It needs 10
Mm-hmm.
to be a slam dunk. Like, I hate saying slam dunk. So it needs to be 10 for investors to get excited, right?
Okay.
But at 9, where are we at? What are we? March. And we still got 9 months. I would still go for it at 9.
Really?
I would
Okay.
still go for it at 9. Here's why. Because that monthly payment and that interest rate
Mm-hmm.
is phenomenal. Is the house in good shape?
Yeah. Listen, man. Yes. I mean,
If
inside, outside. Yes, it's rehabbed.
Here's the thing with creative financing. I give you guys hard rules because you're new, but I'm sure a lot of you guys have been noticing that when someone gives me numbers, I don't always put the exact number in. And that's because a couple $100 here and there is not gonna affect anything. So as you guys get more acclimated to what a creative financing deal looks like, what a successful deal looks like, you guys will start to notice this is important, but it's not written in stone. I'm going to be very candid with you guys. The actual minimum threshold is 8% cash on cash return, not 10. It's 8. My minimum cash on cash return for my team to work a deal is 10. Does that mean we won't work a deal at 7 or I'm sorry, at 8 or 9 or anything in between that? Of course we will. But I'm going to tell you the proper expectations. At 10%, I'm 99.9% sure that we're going to move that deal. And every percent lower than that, my confidence drops a little bit lower. Does that mean we can't move it? No, not at all. I'm just telling you guys how it is. I give you guys hard lines, no more than 10% down, no more than 6% interest rate, the 10% cash on cash return. I give you guys these hard lines to make it easier for you. But you can still use a little bit of common sense. I'll give you an example. Let's say you've got a property. Let me go to Deal Sniper. Well, let me go here. I need a jacked up house. You messed up on the inside. Oh, you didn't show the inside, so you're probably jacked up on the inside. You're not showing the inside. Somebody show me the inside of your house. Come on. Oh, that one's flipped. It's not going to work. Nope. Okay. You know what? I'll just do the opposite. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. All right. Here we go. So if you guys put this one in, well, hell, I'll do it. Let's put this one in a Deal Sniper, and I'll show you guys exactly how I would handle this one. So if I put this in a Deal Sniper, they're selling it for what, $45,000, and it's completely gutted? Yep, $45,000. Okay, no mortgage. I'm not giving them $49,000 for a house that's completely gutted. I'm going to give them exactly what they've got it listed for. And it doesn't matter if the house is listed for $45,000, $450,000, $4.5 million. There's a little bit of leeway when you can back it up with a little bit of common sense. For example, hold on, let me fix this really quick. For those of you that are new, for the love of God, fix your numbers. Like this here, who in the world wants a monthly payment of $460.53? That's ridiculous. Just do 400. Where's the down payment? Down payment 300 or 3,465. No, we're not doing it. Let's 3,000. That's fine. Or 4,000, whatever. So for this deal, this house, let me go back to it. This house is jacked up. Okay. It's going to be at least a $20,000, $30,000 rehab to get this thing livable. So I'm not going to give them over asking. There's no way. Why would I do that? Because why would an investor buy it? The opposite of that is also true. I'm going to be very strict on this deal because the house is messed up. There's a common sense reason as to why I would make sure that this is going to be as attractive as possible to an investor because we got a lot working against us. Now let's go to another one. Here, let's do this one. Completely flipped, completely turnkey. Everything is completely brand new. Bet you nobody's ass is set on that toilet. That's how new it is. So because of that, to an investor, they may think to themselves, well, I'm at a like 11, 12%, but I don't have to put a dime into this property. I can literally buy it and then put a tenant in it the next day. So that would be a good justification to go a little bit higher and bend the rules a little bit. I give you guys hardline rules until you learn how to do this. It's like anyone who's learned how to play chess. You learn how the pieces move first, then the strategy comes. So I'm giving you guys the basis of how to move, then you guys can work out your strategy. So in this situation, if the house is in good shape, yeah, a 9% could work. And here's the thing, if it doesn't work, we'll sell it to a homestead buyer because that is a great payment and that is a great interest rate, which is another thing you guys can look at when you're doing these deals. I don't want you guys to go too crazy. I don't want you guys to go Picasso on me trying to create these deals. Sean, this deal's a work of art. I'm sure it is, but keep the basic rules in mind because those will always almost guarantee that you get that deal sold. But for this situation, good interest rate, decent payment, house is completely nice from what you're telling me. I say go for it at 9%.
Okay, thank you. But I just thought about something. So you said you go with the highest mortgage rate, right? Or the highest loan and then calculate that rate.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually went ahead and I added everything. So it's not even going to be that 1344.
What is it?
So this particular loan is 207,539.
Mm-hmm.
And then the payment is 960.43.
Okay.
And then the interest rate would be the 3% we just talked about.
Okay. And what's the other one?
That's it. Remember I told you, wait, do you need both of them? Because it has
what's
two
the other?
mortgages.
Yeah. What's the other payment for the other mortgage?
Gotcha. Hold on. The other payment is 382.44.
Yeah. So I got 1342 just now.
Yeah, but I thought you were saying I would go with the loan that has the highest amount.
The highest balance. Yeah, that's the interest rate we want to use. Because that's going to make the majority. Like, look at what you just said. The balance, the mortgage that has the bigger balance has the bigger payment.
Right.
So we always want to go off of that one because that's going to be the majority of what the buyer is going to be paying.
Right, but initially I added both of them together. That's how I got the 273,160.
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, you're still doing that right.
Okay.
Mortgage balances you can add together. No, what you're doing is right. I get how it can be confusing. Most people don't have seconds.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do 80/20s anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand how that could be a little confusing. In this situation, you're going to add up the balances just like you did.
Okay.
Add up monthly payments just like you did. But we're going to tell them we're going to disclose to them both interest rates, but they're not going to care about that $300 payment. They don't care about that interest rate. They care about the bulk of the money, which is the 960.
Okay. And then in relation to the calculator, the one I have doesn't populate. And I know you posted a video with someone having the same issue. It doesn't
populate what?
For instance, if I plug in everything, it doesn't do the math automatically.
You're talking about here?
In the calculator that I'm using, as far as the link that you posted.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't auto populate.
But it doesn't show the math where? On the tabs down here or in this section here?
In the section.
This one, this little one?
Yes.
Huh. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will. Are you guys? If you guys are familiar with it, I'll just post this in the main chat, and then you guys just copy it and paste it in that box, and then it'll do it. If not, I'm redoing the calculator anyway. I'm putting another feature in here where you guys can add the realtor's commission, and it'll calculate the cash on cash return and all that stuff with it. But in the meantime, you can either take this formula and copy it and post it in there, or give me a couple of days because the new calculator is coming out anyway.
I'll do both.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I'm going to put this in the main chat right now. Okay.
And then that's it for me.
All right. Wait a minute. Somebody else had their hand up for a while. Who was it? It was Zachariah. Do you still have a question?
What's up, Sean?
What's up, dude?
I do have a question. It's a simple question. I just want to know, how do I find these realtors' emails? I can only find their number at the moment off Redfin.
So the realtors' information will always be at the bottom of the listing, right? At the bottom of the description. They don't always
Yeah, I see it there.
They don't always post their email address.
Okay.
They just don't. So what I typically do is I'll copy their name and the company that they work for, and I'll just Google it.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. So
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm
all.
doing right there.
Yeah, we can't control if you wish. You can't control if they post their email address or not. But a lot of times you just call them and be like, hey, I'm trying to put in an offer on your Oak Hill Circle property, and I need to get this out by the end of the day today. Can you please text me your email address?
Okay. Because they prefer receiving these offers to their email, right?
You can. I do have a guy. Actually, I have a couple people who are. I don't think they're in this call right now because they're not really new. But I have a couple of people that are text only. They just text the offer out, and they seem to be having success. So, and then there are other people who text offers out and never get a response. So I would say do both. I mean, it can't hurt.
Yeah, man. You're right. Definitely can't hurt. But thanks for answering my question, man. That's all I got for now.
No, not a problem. What's up, Isaiah?
Yeah, I was trying to see if you could run through this deal with me.
Absolutely. Give me 1 second. Okay. Are we underwriting a creative deal?
It's a seller finance. Yep.
Okay. What's the purchase price?
132,000.
133?
32.
Oh. All right. Loan amount?
122,000.
This would be 10.
Yep.
And what's the rent?
The what it rents out for, or you want the?
Well, yeah. What Deal Sniper told you the rent was?
900. Or 1 second, let me see, because I might have changed that. 1 second. It's 960. I'm sorry.
All right. That's actually kind of low, so I'm gonna take that $60. All right. And what are the taxes and insurance?
The taxes and insurance is $481.62.
$481.62. Okay. And the insurance?
504.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got the taxes wrong. The taxes wrong. The taxes are $321.88. Yep.
All right. And what did Deal Sniper say the monthly payment should be?
400.
Yeah, that's a fantastic deal. 20% cash on cash return, almost 21.
Okay. I was just making sure because that's the one that I talked to the realtor on. So
how did it go?
Yes, that's the one. She just wanted she wanted me to put it on paper.
Okay.
And then go from there. So I'll just making sure. And then just to make sure, when we're calculating what they give, we don't put the fee that we'll charge into the calculation, correct?
No. Don't put The only place you should ever be writing down or typing your assignment fee is here. Is on these. Don't
Okay.
tell a realtor how much your assignment fee is. Don't tell the seller. Don't tell anybody. Tell
Okay.
me and tell Google Sheets. Because when they know how much you're making, then they can negotiate with you and be like, well, hey, we want an extra $5,000, or we're not gonna move forward. They know you're gonna say yes to that because you're still gonna make $5,000 on the deal. So don't tell them you're making 10.
Yeah,
That's
that makes sense.
actually, let me make it very clear. That is the only time I omit, or if you're a stickler, lie.
Understood.
I don't tell anybody how much I'm making on a deal.
And then just to make sure that I'm going to the right place, where can I get the like sample contract so I can like draw it up?
There is a contract in Discord on the left side under educational services. There's a channel that says contracts. At the top of that channel, there is a blank contract PDF. And then right below it, there's a video walking you exactly through how to fill it out.
I appreciate it. All right.
No problem.
I'm gonna get to it. I'll talk to you later.
Hey, if they accept that offer, don't forget to ring that bell.
You know it.
All right. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
What's up, Amber?
Okay, so maybe I'm not understanding where you get the LTR and STR.
Oh, okay. I can show you that. On Deal Sniper, it will always tell you the estimated rent. So in this situation, it's $1,071. And that's where I put here.
Okay.
Now you can look up the short-term rental. I only recommend people do that if they're in a short-term rental market, like Florida, like Las Vegas, like Anaheim, California, where Disneyland is. Places where there's attractions, that's going to be a heavy subject, or I'm sorry, a heavy short-term rental market. You can have a short-term rental anywhere. You can have a short-term rental in the middle of Tennessee on a mountain. But as far as the ones that are popular, that an investor would look at as a viable way to have that asset make money, it needs to be in a short-term rental market. And if you want to look up that number, that's on AirDNA.
Gotcha.
So you literally would go here. Okay, thanks, AirDNA. And then, do I still have it? No, I don't have it. Damn. Hold on. Can you guys not see that?
We are looking at up there. It is.
Okay. So let me grab this address, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And see, this is in Dallas. So I don't know if Dallas is a good short-term rental market, but we're going to find out. So you go to AirDNA, put in the bedrooms, put in the bathrooms, and then whatever the bedrooms are, you can double that for how many people it accommodates, because you can sleep 2 people in a room. So it'll bring this up, and then you're looking for this number right here, and that's your yearly number. So you take $36,000 and you divide that by 12 because it's giving you the yearly number. So it'll make $3,000 a month. So then you just go here and you put $3,000 a month as your short-term rental. Go to seller finance, and the short-term numbers are right here. Oh
my God. Thank you.
Now we'd have to make the taxes and insurance match. 504. And there you go. This one has this one has a 507% cash on cash return.
That is ridiculous. Wow.
That's fantastic. Are these maxed out? Yeah, I maxed those out too. So those are your expenses. Yeah, that's an awesome deal. But he already got that one locked up. So yeah, you just use AirDNA. Take this number divided by 12. That'll give you your monthly short-term rental rate.
Thanks again.
Not a problem. All right, who else has got a question? Anybody? Look at that, Sean. You're the best teacher in the fucking world. Okay, cool. So, oh, Kimberly, what's up? You messed up my streak. I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry. I'm new to this and I'm completely lost. on
Okay,
what
which part are you lost on?
on how the start of. So what do we do? Get the addresses from Redfin and then send out the emails and everything in Deal Sniper.
Yeah, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on
Okay.
1 second. Let me set this up because the screen's going to go black for just a second because I'm going to post this on YouTube, and YouTube doesn't like looking at people's email. So I got to open this up off. But I'll show you guys exactly what I do.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So what you're going to do,
Mm-hmm.
you go to Redfin,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to find another property. Let's go. Oh, and for your filters on Redfin, for new people, there's only one that I ever use. Go to filters, all filters. You're going to scroll down a little bit. Time on Redfin. And
Mm-hmm.
just pick 60, 90, or 80. You can do
Okay.
45 if you want, but 60, 90, or 80 is where you want to be. All right. And that's it. And then I'm going to zoom out, and there's all the properties that I could play with. I can literally send an offer to 1,629 properties just in wherever the hell I am. Where's this? Dallas. So let's pick this one. Why not? Now, I know what I said earlier about if the house is jacked up, don't offer more than asking. Here's a good situation. We're going to look at this really quick. I don't typically do this when I'm sending offers out because I can already tell kind of what I'm going to do. But I would say this property is decent enough. It's going to need work. It's absolutely going to need work, but it's decent enough to justify whatever offer Deal Sniper gives me. It's not gutted. You know what I mean? The roof isn't falling in. The floor isn't coming up. You know what I mean? It's just dated. It needs some paint. It needs flooring, a couple doors for a rental, and that's about it. So all I'm going to do is take this address. Actually, I'm going to send this offer out like for real. Why not? Go to Deal Sniper, put it in. Been on market for 89 days. They're selling it for 145,000. I don't know if they have a mortgage. You guys want to do 160? Okay, do 160. Monthly payment 600. Down payment 10. Copy. No, just copy that. Then I'm going to go to an email.
Okay.
I'm going to paste it. I'm going to go back to my listing. Do you have your, no, come on, Carla, really? Post your email address. That's okay. Oh, that's Facebook. All right. And you know what? Since I'm on a call, since I'm on a thing right now, I'm going to shoot her a message. What is your phone number? 214-454. We'll test out texting right now. 4437. Carla, good afternoon. My name is Sean, and I was looking at your property on South Hardwood Street, and I'd like to submit an offer by the end of the day today, but I don't see your email address. If you could forward that to this number, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to wait, but I'll show you guys the rest of what I do. So
Okay.
let's say that, oh. Huh. See. She just texted it back to me.
Wow.
That's in the wrong spot. Cut. Paste. I want the address, or at least that part. Paste. And then mine already has a signature, so. Done. That's it. I just sent an offer.
Okay.
And then the next thing that I would typically do is I would go to the Google Sheet that I set up. There's a video for that. It's in the contracts channel.
Okay.
You go to Google Sheets. Here's the example that I use. This is how I set it up. Date, address, realtor, email address, phone number, link to the property, offer, and the outcome. So for the date, address, realtor, what was her name? Carla? Carla Johnson. Email. It was Johnson at XP, right? Yeah. Okay. Phone number 214-454-4437. And then I would take that link out because this is for a different example. All I'm going to do is copy that link here. Cut. Paste. And then I'm going to take this portion of my offer with my snipping tool. Save it. Yep. And then, yeah, do it. I did. Oh, sure. And then now that it's saved, I would add that right here as a picture or a link to the picture. And then the outcome, or not, no, SE, sent email. Done. And if I wasn't talking during all of that and showing you guys how to do it, it would have taken me less than 3 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
So you guys stay away from South Hardwood. I'm just kidding. You guys can auction that too. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for that. Because I needed that.
Now the rest of the stuff that we're going through, and I do recommend you guys go through. Like I know how it sounds, someone telling you to go through their YouTube channel. I'm not doing a YouTube channel for a monetized channel. I'm doing a YouTube channel because I keep getting asked the same question 100 times.
Right.
I want you guys to have a video library in case I'm ever unavailable. So
That's true.
really recommend everyone, especially the videos that are not recorded trainings. Any video that's less than 30 minutes, watch it. Because
Okay.
either me going through a specific situation or it's me helping a new person do whatever the title says. So if it's a subject to deal, we're going through this. If it's deal sniper, we're going through deal sniper. If it's tracking your leads, it's tracking, you know what I mean? There's a lot of information
Right.
that'll be in there that's just there. Just watch it.
Okay.
And again, anytime you guys want to do a one-on-one, I know this should go without saying, but I still get messages from people. Hey, how much is it for a one-on-one? I don't charge for that. I know some people, I don't do that. If you guys need help, I'll just help you.
Well, thank you.
Not a problem. All right, who else has got a question? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Kimberly, did that answer all your questions?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Not a problem. William, what's up, dude?
Last question for me. I noticed when I signed up, it also said y'all would help us with the first 30 days of trying to get our first deal closed. Is that still, that's what you mean by the 101?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yep. Any information you guys need, if you guys get a realist, there are videos, like I said, that explain everything. But if you need an answer right away, I'm literally in the Discord 18 hours a day. You can either post it in the main chat or you can DM it directly to me and I'll answer you as soon as I'm available, which is usually within 10 to 15 minutes. If you guys need help underwriting, same thing. You need to jump on a one-on-one, same thing. Let me know. Any other questions?
And all the Google stuff is on the Discord as well, right?
The Google stuff. What do you mean?
Like the what you just did with the Google's files and all that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, hold on, I'll show you. So this is the Discord. Here's the video library link. Here's the contract link. Here's the video of how to fill it out. Here's the one to use the Google Sheet like I just did. Here's a lot of good information, especially for new people, breaking down a lot of different things, different closing styles, closing strategies, talking to people on the phone, breaks down all the seller financing, the subject to DSCR loans. All of these break down a lot of information that I would definitely listen to, or I would look at. And then here's little podcasts that you can listen to. I think the longest one is 12 minutes long, maybe 15. And you can listen to all these, and it breaks down literally everything that's here: closing techniques, seller finance, basics for subject to, how to win friends and influence people. I took the most important information that you guys are going to need, and I put it in here: negotiating over the phone, opening lines for cold. I mean, this is tactics to avoid. I mean, there's a lot of good information here. And then you can always just jump in the main chat. And if you need something, I'll help you. Any other questions? All right, cool. If you have anything else that you need from me today, I am going to be working on training my team on some more advanced stuff. I think starting in about 20, 30 minutes. I will still answer you guys on the Discord if you need help. Just give me, a couple minutes to respond to you, because I'll be doing a training. And that's it. That's all I've got for you guys. Send out offers. Don't quit. And keep in mind, Carlos, I'll get you 1 second. Keep in mind when you guys are doing this, our formula is that you're going to send out 20 offers a day, or some variation of that, to total 100 offers a week. Out of those 100 offers, you're only going to get about 5 responses from realtors that are positive. Out of those 5 responses, you're going to close 2 or 3 a week. The potential that we have set up for this is $10,000 in assignment per deal, not including splitting it with a JV if you need us to do. I'm just talking about raw assignment. That's $30,000 a week potential. Cut it in half. Let's say it's 5. That's $15,000 a week. That's $60,000 a month. But you are going to be told no 95% of the time. Don't let that discourage you. It's just part of the game. There are 1.5 million properties listed in the United States right now. There's 180 people that even know Deal Sniper exists. You have almost unlimited leads. So don't let your fear of not knowing exactly what to say stop you. Go out and make mistakes. That's why I'm so good at this. No one has messed up more than me. No one. Which is why I exactly know what to say and what not to say. In order for you guys to get to that point, you got to get on the phones and get that experience. I will guide you every step of the way that I can, but I can't make the phone calls for you. Carlos, what's up?
How long are the payments for? Is it 30 years with the 7 to 10 year balloon?
Yeah, what's the purchase price?
Shoot, if my computer wants to act right now.
Is it less than $350,000?
No, it's more than that.
Yeah, your minimum is probably going to be a 10-year balloon then.
10-year balloon?
Yeah, 10 to 12.
Got you. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. All right. Any other questions? Yes.
Hi, sorry, I just had one quick question. I don't know if you've covered this already, but for properties that are not interested in creative financing, but they still need help in finding an end buyer, would that be considered the hybrid? Not too certain about that.
No. So a hybrid, let me give you the terms for a creative, the most common ones: seller finance, subject to, hybrid, a wrap spelled with a W, and a land contract. Those are the most common creative deals. From what I'm understanding, the real estate agent wants a traditional offer, meaning cash. So they're taking cash only. You can offer cash, but the formula is not going to give you a very good number. If the property is on, and this is for everyone, you can offer cash on an on-market deal. but there's a very specific formula you have to follow. 60% of what it's listed for, not the value, not the ARV, 60% of what it's listed for minus whatever rehab estimate you're giving it minus your assignment fee. Whatever that number is that's left over, that's the most you can offer on a cash deal if it's on market. Which is not going, I mean, I give you a good example. On $100,000, you're going to be at a $30,000 to $40,000 offer, which most people aren't going to take that. They're just not going to. So I always think personally it's a waste of time to, if you're using Deal Sniper effectively, it's a waste of time to do a cash offer. Whatever time you're spending to do that offer, figure it out, and get it over to them, you could put an offer on 4 or 5 more properties that may just accept seller financing. Because chances are they're not going to take the super low ball offer that kind of formula is going to generate. That's just my opinion. You guys do whatever you want.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Anybody else? I got another 17 minutes if you guys need me.
Okay, one more for me.
All right, go for it. I knew there was one more.
Yeah, I was trying to hold it in.
Go, I'm here.
So the one that I spoke to you about yesterday, we were pretty much green. It was looking good. And I was waiting for the best way to respond. So I responded today. And then she's like, oh, I just canceled the contract with them. And I'm like, God dang it. So how do I maneuver around that? Now, should I now treat this like a just cold call just to reach out to him direct? Okay.
Yeah, I would skip trace it. Unless the realtor, tell her, say, hey, look, I got no problem paying your commission if you want to reach out to them and let them know that you may have found an offer if you think they'll accept this offer. I'll pay they may not pay your 3% commission, but I'll pay you 3% commission if you want to just present this to them.
Nice. Yeah, you are a pro. Okay, thank you.
And if she says no, I'm not comfortable or whatever, yeah, just skip trace it. Call and say, hey, I was gonna get your number from your realtor, but she did not feel comfortable giving it out. I just heard from her that you guys just canceled that contract the other day. I wanted to submit an offer. Can I submit it to you? What's your email address?
And it'll be the same process.
Exact same process.
Perfect.
All right, cool. I'm going to let you guys go if that's it. If you guys need anything throughout the rest of the night.
I do got one more question. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Don't apologize. That's what I'm here for.
All right. So I went on the website, grabbed the address, put it in Deal Sniper, right?
Yep.
I got why is this the seller finance amount higher than what they asking for?
Because Deal Sniper adds a bunch of money to the purchase price. And typically, the amount of money they add on is covering the down payment. So they end up seller financing the rest plus what they were listing it for.
So,
for example, if you
I see.
For a property that's $100,000, they're listing it for $100,000. Deal Sniper is going to give you an offer of $120,000, but they're only going to give $5,000 as the down payment. So that means that they're now financing $115,000 because it's the amount of money that we're giving them over their asking price.
Okay. So what's the purchase price? Why is that high?
Because we're adding money to the purchase price. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because I'm confused.
No, it's all good. Let's see. Where is Deal Sniper? There it is. All right. So let's put in. We'll do this one. It's a nice round number. 175,000. Okay. So these people are selling the house online for 175,000. Excuse me. But if I put this into Deal Sniper, it's going to show that they're selling it for 175,000, but we're going to be offering more than that. So here's their price, what they're listing it for, 175, but we're offering them 192 because we're offering over their asking price. So if it was me, let's just do simple numbers. Let's say we offer them 200,000, right? So we're offering them $25,000 over their asking price. We're doing that to make the deal enticing. We want them to take our deal. We want them to want to do seller finance because we can move those. So once I clean these numbers up, I don't like that. Let's do 15. Yeah, we can do 15. So now if you look at it, they're seller financing $185,000. That's because of the extra $25,000 that we're giving them over the asking price. We're only giving them 15 of that. So the other $10,000 gets added on to what they're asking. So therefore they're now seller financing $185,000. It's because we're giving them over asking. So if I just put this into 175 to what they're asking originally, see now the seller finance amounts only 160 because of the 175,000 that they were asking us for, we're giving them 15,000 at closing, which means they're going to be carrying $160,000 for the buyer or for us.
Oh, all right. All right. So the property I grabbed, right? It said 165 flat.
Mhm.
And I put it in Deal Smacker. The purchase price was 181,500, and then the seller finance price was 168,795.
Okay.
And that's why I was confused. Why did the
Because
seller
you got to
finance
scroll
price go
down
up higher?
look at the down payment in that same situation. Because if you add the down payment and the seller financed amount, it will total the purchase price.
Oh, okay.
Does that make
All
sense?
right. No, I just got a wrinkle in my brain. Thank you.
All right, cool. As long as you got it. Can't nobody see that anyway. Don't worry about wrinkles.
All right, I like that. All right, cool.
All right. Does anybody else have any more questions? Any last minutes that have popped up? All right. Cool. I'm gonna let you guys go. This training it was recorded. It will be uploaded in about a day. And I will post it. Thanks, Leo. I will post it in the your George. I'll post it in the main chat in case you guys ever want to reference it, double check something that I said or whatever. Appreciate it, Kimberly. And make sure you guys watch the content in the other channels. If you want to leave likes and subscribe and comments, whatever. I don't care. Watch it and retain the information because there's a lot of good information there. Guaranteed any question you have will be in one of those videos. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys have a great rest of your night. Let me know if you need anything else.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate your help.
Not a problem. See y'all later.